time. It just messed me all kinds up. Welcome, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome to MCU Mondays. I am your host, David. We are so glad you decided to join us this evening. Welcome. Glad you're here. We are here to talk about Daredevil. And we're on season 2 now. I mean, we've slowly moved through season 1 and it's been a lot of fun. But now it's time to start season 2. So, before we do that, I am your host, David. Welcome. Also with me tonight is my co-host, Debbie. Debbie, how are you this evening?
I'm doing well.
I forgot about Debbie in the chat this evening, which is why we're a little bit late, because we were waiting on her and I didn't push the send button. So I'm sorry, Debbie. I didn't mean to.
I'm only the co-host.
I know.
Nothing important.
I'm sitting here waiting on you and I'm like, Debbie's not going to step out on this one, is she?
I'm tagging you all over the place in other chats, and I'm like, dude, where are you?
I know.
Where's the link?
Again, that's my fault. Also with us tonight, as he always is, Andrew. Andrew, how are you this evening? And there's Chewy.
Doing well. Excited to talk to. Hey, Chewy. Excited to be talking Daredevil.
Yes. Now, next week, is it next week? Do we start X-Men 97 next week?
The 20th.
Oh, it's the 20th.
Not next
week after. Week after.
The 25th. 25th. Yeah, 25th will be the 25th will be the next month.
So that'll be next week is the 18th. Next week will be episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then we'll jump into X-Men 97 and see how that goes. And I don't think there's not that many. How many you sent me the thing, Debbie? How many episodes were there?
10?
10? Yeah, 10. I think I saw 10.
Let's see. I've actually got it right here.
And they range from like 25 to 30 minutes.
There's 8. No, I'm sorry, 9. 10. No, there's 10. I'm sorry, 10.
There might be a couple that are a double episode, maybe.
There's a 2-episode premiere on the 20th.
Mm-hmm.
And then
the last 3 episodes are part 1, part 2, part 3.
Well, and the 1, 2, 3, the 4th and the 6th episodes are part 1 and part 2. There's Motendo and Life Death on April 3rd, and then Remember It is on April 10th, and then Life Death Part 2 is on April 17th. So I don't know. I'm curious to see how they're going to play all of it out. Be interesting. But that's X-Men 97. We'll worry about that in a couple of weeks. Tonight, we are talking Daredevil. There goes Chewy. Oh, kitty. Wouldn't be a show without Chewy.
Or at least her tail.
At least her butt.
We just got a headshot for the first time in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had to rub up against the camera.
So, that being said, let's roll our opener. I think I've got the right one loaded. I'm not sure if this is the wrong opener. I'm going to stop it and we'll start the real one. Okay. So let's do the opener. Here we go.
Damn it, why'd you have to put Karen in there?
Honestly, as I was editing it together, I was like, I need something for Debbie in this. I got to have Karen in there somewhere. And that was disappointed. That was just for you, Debbie. Just for you.
Thanks.
I thought it was good. I liked it. And I was like, oh, hey, there's a nice Karen shot too. In the rain and everything.
At least it's at the very end.
All right. Season 2 kicks off with a bang, and I mean that literally because that's the title of the episode is Bang. So let's kick it off with a bang. Daredevil is now an established crime fighter within Hell's Kitchen, I guess is a good way to put it. He's still kind of dark and mysterious, but he's known because he's been in the paper. We get the cool little opening. Loved the opening on this one, just because it's kind of what you expect. Daredevil taking out the low level thugs and doing it all stylized and exciting in his new costume, which he looks great in. So just they stole something, and I find it amusing because in the first season, Matt was anytime he'd go up against somebody, he was constantly getting his butt handed to him. I mean, just there was always something bad that happened. Now, in this season, it seems like he gets some bad stuff, but it's not as bad. It's like the costume has empowered him in a sense.
He's a little bit more protected too from with the costume because it's got that special
polymer or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did not have Fisk in this episode, although he was mentioned. So the they did this one, and I think I said this a couple of weeks ago, where they did this one right to where you see DC movies or Marvel movies, and you look at them and they kill the bad guys at the end of them, and it's like, well, how are you going to bring them back? You just killed them. Batman was really bad about it. I mean, he killed the Joker, and then he killed the Penguin. Catwoman maybe kind of sort of survived, and Riddler was in Arkham, but they killed Two-Face, and it's like you can't kill if you kill the bad guys. You can't have a continuing fight with them. They're not a looming threat. They're just like, well, we took care of it. We get the mob meeting. I guess
Irish mob.
The Irish mob, and there was one part of this. I mean, I thought it was good initially with the. I see you. With the mob down there, and they're talking about all this. We need Fisk is gone. We need to take over. Everything's good, and then everybody dies, and got the. I mean, it was just somebody was shooting at them. Hindsight, we know who that somebody was, but it's just somebody opened fire on them and blew them all away except for one guy. Now, I thought it was a bit silly when the one guy's phone went off and it was playing the Irish jig, the typical. And I'm like, all right, that's a bit much. That's a little over the top. I didn't care for
Why?
Just
he's a proud Irishman. Maybe he likes the little jig.
God, I was just like, come on, seriously, who's going to have that on their phone? Really? Maybe around St. Patty's Day, somebody changes it for the day, but come on. Come on. I didn't like it at all. Didn't care for it. But that's the one little thing. Other than that, I had nothing with it. I thought his those poor guys kept yakking at him, and oh yeah, sober, yeah sure, and everybody's drinking, and it was whatever. Matt and Foggy's business is doing a lot better now, even though they're not being paid. They're being
except for food.
Yeah, I was going to say they're being paid with bananas and what was it? Strawberry rhubarb pie.
Yeah.
So, but they seem happy about it though. That's the thing. They seem fine with it and even Karen when here goes Karen. I'll do you a favor here, Debbie. She tries to ruin the mood. We ain't got no money. We are broke. We got nothing.
State the obvious, Karen.
It's okay. It's okay. Miss Pessimist, we'll make it work.
What else is new?
No. I'm guessing they're doing a lot of pro bono work. I guess. I don't know.
Probably some.
Or just give us what you can kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean they're well, at least Matt and I think Foggy too. They're really not in it for the money. I mean, yeah, some money in order to pay bills and whatnot, but they're not your higher echelon lawyers that are going to charge you $500 an hour.
Right. The people that they're defending, I thought it was. I enjoyed that. The guy that got in the bar fight. Yeah, he hit me first though. Thought it was good. Nice blend of humor. They get into the it's summertime too because everybody's hot and sweaty. They get into the bar. Karen tries to drink the water. Matt stops her. No, don't drink the water.
That's why we order our drinks neat. That's without the rocks, the ice.
That means no ice.
Good to know.
Andrew would have no clue about
now
any
I can
of
tell
that.
my mom where I heard that.
Yeah, there you go.
I was like, "Where'd you hear that?"
It's educational, just educational.
It's educational TV. We need one of those little things on the top that says educational and informational. Ooh, that's an idea. I could do that. Anyway,
you know what? It's not even as hot in that show as it is here in Texas.
I know, right? That's what I was thinking. I was like, you people have no clue.
Way worse.
Oh, it's been in the 90s for a week straight. And I'm like, I was like, you realize it was in the 80s
That's
in
February?
February? Come on.
Yeah, but 90s in New York where it's all concrete.
Yeah,
it just amplifies it.
Yeah.
I was going to say, when I wake up in the morning during the summertime, when I wake up in the morning to go to work and I step outside, it's 90 degrees already in the morning, like 7 o'clock in the morning. So sun may not even be up yet. So don't talk to me about hot. You don't know hot.
We can't talk to you about cold?
No, I'm not. No, I don't do the cold.
We don't
either.
even know cold. So
well, we don't. I don't do the cold. It drops below 50, and I'm like, okay, time to hibernate.
I think it was 48 today, but it was sunny. It was nice.
Gross.
A little windy for my taste, but yeah, it was a nice spring day. Tomorrow's supposed to be 58, 68 or something like that.
It's a regular heat front.
For this time of year, yeah.
But it is hot there.
It was like, it's time to go swimming.
Yeah. Don't drink the water. Matt, Debbie, for you again. Matt and Karen are having a little moment. They're having...
it was more Karen. She's just
moment.
All over
She
him.
was laying it on thick.
She's his lobster.
God. It was embarrassing.
And Matt was, you know what? Matt didn't say no. He didn't push her away and say, "Oh, we need to stop this." And I mean, he even listened to her heart beating as her heart rate elevated because she was around Matt.
Yeah, but he didn't encourage it either.
Yes, he did. If he didn't encourage it, he knew how to shoot. Very obviously, he knew how to shoot pool. Because when Foggy
Well,
came
he
in
can't let her know he can shoot pool and see
because
the
he
balls
wants
in a
her
special
around
way.
him.
No, he
Exactly.
can't reveal who he is and
Exactly.
what he can do.
I think he wants her around him.
That's
Ugh.
true.
No.
Sorry, Debbie. We did get an interesting look because there was even that scene at the first where Foggy and Matt were talking about, for lack of a better term, Foggy's love life.
Mhm.
You know, oh yeah, it was great. She was great. And so when's date number 2? Oh, she said I'll call you. Oh, that's horrible. In the friend zone. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Look at this. Shield Maiden's on. It could be like that next week. I'm guessing she's talking about the weather. I'm sorry, I had my
Mm-hmm.
comments off. Hi, Shield Maiden. By the way, how are you? Haven't seen you in a couple of weeks. Good to see you back. It's been a minute. She gets the let's see. We got Brandon on. Hi, Brandon. How are you?
Hey.
Matt turns his attention from Karen to this stranger in a bar. He's got a coat on. I hear that. I hear that.
Yeah,
try
he
not to-
can. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say he could hear the guy's heartbeat.
And I'm gonna throw an interesting. Do you remember in he heard his heartbeat, and then he said to Foggy, he said, "What do you see? Something strange about him? You see the guy at the bar? You see him? Is he looking over at us? Yes." He said, "Do you see something?" And he goes, "Well, he's wearing a coat." And I was hearkened back to the. There was a scene in the movie Beverly Hills Cop. Now, Andrew, you might not know this movie because it was a lovely 80s film.
Eddie Murphy.
It was made probably
I
20
know
years
it.
before,
I've
20 or
seen it.
30 years before you were even thought of. So, Eddie Murphy,
Yeah,
but he
right.
he talks the two cops into going to a strip club, and they're all sitting there and enjoying it. And he goes, "Hey, look at that guy over there." He goes, "Yeah, what about him?" He goes, "Well, it's June. Don't you think it's a little warm for a jacket? Something is about to go down." And Matt even said, you know, as much. He said, "I'm going to go talk to him, basically, see what I can do."
Well,
And
he
he
also
just,
knows he has a gun in his pocket too,
yeah,
because he can
yeah.
hear him tapping.
And he's got his finger on the
Mhm.
trigger. So this is a good place with good people, whatever you're about to do. Oh, I'm just here to see Nelson and Murdoch. Ooh, surprise. You're here to see me. Well, come on over. Now, this is the guy that survived the attack on the Irish mafia's
Massacre.
massacre. He basically says, "This has happened. Everybody's dead. I need some help. I want witness protection. Oh, well, only the district attorney can offer that. Well, I need to go there with representation. I want to change. I'm good. Blah blah blah." Um, and then he collapses. Honestly, I thought he was shot, or he had been shot. It was just like a non-fatal wound, but apparently it was just the glass from his escape, because he was behind. He jumped behind the bar, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he had been laying in a pool of glass, if you will. So, um, Karen takes him to the hospital. Foggy and Matt go looking for trouble. They find their friend at the homicide scene, and Matt uses his super hearing again. Thought it was, hey man, hey bro, I thought we were cool. Bro, did you just call me bro? And of course Matt hears them overhears them talking. Why is an Irish mafia boss wearing a bulletproof vest in this type of heat to a meeting of his people? Because the guy inside said something like, "Look, this bullet went right through his vest and came out on the other side too." So everybody points to a
Hi, Scare.
yeah. So
what are you gonna do about it, man?
Yeah.
No, we're geeks. We're geeks.
Yeah.
Get it right.
Geeks, nerds, dorks, whatever.
I'm gonna push up my glasses real quick to tell you the difference.
Yeah, Dave, you need to get some glasses to kind of blend in with the crowd here.
See, here's the problem with glasses for me is I do wear contacts, but my contacts have been deemed medically necessary. The only reason that I am not considered legally blind is because my vision is correctable up to 2020. If my vision was not correctable up to 2020, I could theoretically be called legally blind. So even with the ultra thin lenses, they're like Coke bottles. So
that's what mine are.
I don't.
Have you ever seen? I can't wear contacts because if I get contacts to see far away, then I can't read my notes. If I get contacts to read my notes, then I can't see far away. I've tried the multifocal; they don't work. I'm just blind as a bat.
Yeah, without my glasses, I can't see far away. I mean, past 2 feet without my glasses, I can't see
I'm about
anything,
right here, close up, and far away is just like don't even bother.
That's me.
Yeah, it's
if
probably
you're
not even
further
2 feet
than
for me.
this
It's really
right
probably
here,
past...
you look like a big blob.
I was gonna say, looking at my tablet, you guys are blob of blurriness. So not even 2 feet. I overestimated my. If you see me driving without my glasses on, you should be concerned.
So we're all blind as bats.
Probably not.
And guess what, Andrew? It only gets worse with age. Just saying. Just saying.
Yay.
You got a lot to look forward to.
I know. I got glasses at like 8. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's see here. What happened next? Where are we?
Well, we learned that the sergeant says that this isn't the first hit, and then of course everybody keeps saying it's an army.
Yeah, it's when he goes and talks to the gun dealer. The gun dealer calls it another crew. Another crew hit what was the name of the motorcycle? The Bad Dogs or
Dogs of Hell or Hell Dogs?
Yeah, Hell Dogs, something like that. Dogs at the motorcycle gang. Which honestly, I think Matt kind of screwed up with the guy dealing the guy dealing the guns. I think I would have done something a little bit different with him, because here you have a guy that's on the street that knows what's going on, kind of has his ear to the ground, and people trust him on the street. So you have a valuable source of information right there. If you ever need to know something, what's going on, here's a good source. And what does Matt do? He breaks his fingers, chucks his keys in the bay, and then knocks him out. I'm like, dude, don't do that. And the guy even asked me, he's like, look, my hand's busted. Can't you? I'm on parole. I don't want to go back to jail. Can't you just let me out? If Matt had said, okay, fine, but I'm going to come back and we'll talk some other time. If Matt had done that, one, he would have had a friend for life, but two, he would have had a fountain of knowledge. Anytime something's going down and Matt is looking for clues to find out what's going on with it, he goes talks to this guy. Oh, hey, yeah, okay, yeah, you did me a solid, so here I'm gonna you look out for me, I'll look out for you, kind of thing. So
Yeah, he would have been maybe a probably a good CI to a point. I mean, he's still
yeah,
going to be looking out for himself, but I mean, Matt could Matt could have used it a lot better or handled it a lot better. Just take the guns and let him go.
yeah. Check the guns in the bay. Yeah, check the guns in the bay. Give him his keys and say, "Stay out of trouble. Stay out of trouble." So, he could have played that better. I thought it was. I did enjoy it though. Again, Daredevil running around collecting information. Foggy going in. Foggy going into the biker bar.
I was like, yeah, he's going to get his ass kicked.
It was.
You bet it was Karen, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that would have been great.
It was like that scene in Pee-wee's Big Adventure when he goes into the biker bar. Don't you know this is a secret club of the Satan's helpers? Why is it that when you see a biker gang like that, and I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe I'm the only one that sees it, but when you see one like that in like movies and stuff, and somebody walks in, it's like all of a sudden you get the record scratch and the music all stops and everybody just kind of stops and gives him this death glare as they walk through, and it's like, God, come on, guys, biker gangs aren't like that. Seriously, I mean, I think movies not. They don't need to show off their toughness. They
From
already know they're
I
tough.
can tell you.
Yeah. How many gangs you ride with? Let's see. Let's see your. You sporting your leathers?
Yep.
And the UT
I got 'em
shirt
on
don't help.
standbys. You ever... Oh yeah,
But,
that's true.
Yeah.
Oops.
Oh, he went into hiding.
He went to change his T-shirt.
I have to be a not. I got. Oh, can you imagine? Oh, that
I would have laughed.
I gotta change my name and do the show anonymous from now on, or they're gonna find me.
But he throws the name out there. Apparently, the guy's been dead for a long time. Well, no, not a long time, but he was killed, and just the way I can't even remember the actor's name, but the way he did this, I mean, again, great acting. You could hear the fear in his voice and the "please don't cut me" kind of thing, and I know you know something's wrong because you haven't stuck that knife in my neck yet. Blah 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 blah. He gets a little bit of information. But
it sounded like he had helped out quite a few bikers.
Yeah.
And one in particular, Pope, and I guess that kind of resonated with whatever that guy's name. I
the
never
bald
knew
guy.
his name. Yeah, so.
Let's see what's next. We got the gun guy. We got the gun guy gave him some info on the cartels. The cartels bringing up weapons and crews, and basically all of this is really boiling down to Fisk is gone. He's no longer on the streets, and now everybody's kind of making a play for the drug trade within Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, because the Japanese are gone. Gal's gone. The Russians, well, they've been gone for a while.
The Russians were killed. The Japanese are. Well, he said something like both of them have they've just disappeared. So basically, all of this is just a play for the drug trade, and somebody is some other crew, some paramilitary organization is systematically wiping them all out, or at least the leadership of all of them. So,
And then Matt goes to the meat packing plant.
I thought sure that he was going to get caught there and they were going to try and blame all of that on him. Which, I mean, all I could think of was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. They threw him up on the meat hooks, and one of them was still alive. Hang on, I'll get you. Which I don't know how you're still alive after that, but whatever.
Well, maybe the hook didn't go all the way through.
But
I think he was. I think it had punctured his lung because he was gasping and kind of drowning in his own blood because he's gurgling.
Debbie is our resident medical person, so if she was
agree, not I'm not a doctor Debbie. Or anything.
If we were on Star Trek, she would be Bones.
Yeah, the craggy old doctor, that would be me.
I figured you'd like that. But now we got to find out who's doing all of this. And Karen has taken the Irish guy to the hospital. No, I don't want to be in the hospital. They'll find me. She gives a pretty good cover story. That was good. But she's not putting anybody in danger in that one, right?
No.
Okay, so she did something good. There you go, Debbie.
For once, out of what? A whole season?
A whole season.
45.
The majority of the first episode.
Yeah.
She didn't get them in trouble in the
now
majority.
She just has to be.
Well, the whole
she can't
we don't
do
have
anything wrong for this season to get on Debbie's good side.
Just don't like her. Anyways,
that's okay. We've all got people we don't like, so it's fine. She helps him escape because somebody is coming down the hallway, blowing holes into things, freaking out the doctors and nurses. What was the deal with her car? Whose car is this? Is this even your car?
I think that was Ben's car because she said it was her friend's.
But he's like, is this even your car? And why is it that when people are running out of hospitals like that because somebody's chasing them, shooting them, they always get to the one exit where their car is? It's like they get out that door and they run straight to the car, and it's like, my luck, I'd run out the door and I'm like, we got to go around to the other side of the building because that's where I'm parked at. Sorry, we're gonna have to run a little bit more.
Yeah,
this was like they not only that, they parked like right up front. I'm like, how'd they pull that off? Jeez, talk about
especially
luck.
In New York.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
And New York is a pay to park kind of place too. So did they not have to pay the hang on, stop shooting at us for a minute, let us pay our gate tax so we can get out of the parking garage? Blah,
well,
blah,
they
blah.
were on the street. They weren't in a garage, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, parking is hard to come by in New York. So it's like she got lucky, I guess.
Yeah, all kinds of lucky. She came out the right door, right where she needed to be. So I guess you are, yeah, and even a blind squirrel finds a nut. So sometimes you just get lucky, I guess. But she takes off, and you see this paramilitary organization aiming. Got a sniper. He's aiming at the guy. He's got him in the crosshairs, and here comes Matt. And, Matt's been in a couple of fights already, and he's just confident, and he's kicked, and he gets up against this guy, and this guy beats the crap out of him. All right, well, you can't win them all. You gotta let the big bad guy beat you up every once in a while, I suppose, to humble you. It's to humble you. But they get in a cool rooftop fight, back and forth with each other, and it ends. I think he says bang, didn't he?
Yeah, he pulls a gun out of his ankle holster, and Matt's like, "Whoa!" and he says, "Bang!"
And Matt falls down off the roof. And
I tried to catch. I couldn't really tell, but it looked like he might have got shot in the shoulder. So I don't think it was anything fatal.
Well, I mean, even if he got shot, even if he shot him like right between the eyes, I mean, who's to say that mask is not bulletproof in some way or another? Where's Ethan? Ethan would know all of this.
Yeah, but if he's been using armor piercing bullets
in a pistol, I don't think you can get armor piercing rounds in a pistol. Maybe, but I don't.
This guy's very knowledgeable. I'm sure he probably makes his own.
For those of you that don't know, we're looking at the Punisher here. If you haven't figured this out yet, it's not a paramilitary group. It's one guy.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why you would. I mean, he was all over the previews and everything else. You knew he was coming, so it's a good thing that they launched him in episode 1. So,
yeah.
Are they armor piercing? Why do they have armor piercing pistol rounds? Because we need the show to happen.
That's how the writers want it. They can do whatever they want.
What do they call a suspension of belief?
You're watching a superhero show, and that's what you're.
Yeah, anything can happen.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
I guess.
Yeah.
We're gonna clone Iron Man and oh no, they couldn't do that. No. I don't think they're gonna be able to get Iron Man now. And for those of you that don't know, Robert Downey won his first Academy Award last night, and now he'll be in too expensive. They won't be able to afford him now. So his stint as Iron Man this would be he showed up in one movie just as a favor to somebody kind of thing. So somebody owed him. He owed somebody something, and I don't think you'll ever see Tony as Iron Man or Robert as Iron Man anymore.
Or a 30-second cameo that cost the studios $15 million.
Not even a cameo. Let's not even say a cameo. Let's say that maybe somebody like let's say somebody's sitting in a coffee shop somewhere and there's a TV on, and in the TV in the background you see Tony's interview where he comes out and he says, "I am Iron Man," and then you got to pay likeness rights.
It'd be like Chris Evans and Free Guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you hear me?
Greatest,
Evans,
yes.
Free Guy.
Greatest cameo of all time.
Yeah. Oh.
Again, Andrew seems to be jumping in and out. But yes, Chris Evans, Free Guy, greatest cameo of all.
Great movie, anyways.
I think as of right now, as of today, that's like the greatest cameo in a movie like ever. They'll outdo it eventually, but that one's going to be tough to.
Yeah,
that'll be tough to beat.
Well, evidently, there's a lot of cameos in Deadpool and Wolverine.
Brad Pitt? I can bring Brad Pitt in. Brad Pitt in Deadpool Part 2 was pretty close.
But it was so quick. I mean,
I'd love to see Karen
see who it was.
It doesn't matter. He was there.
I
If you
know.
knew what you were looking for, he was there.
I didn't. I just seen a face and it
Matt
was
Damon had a cameo.
He was in
Matt Damon's cameo was pretty
Thor.
funny.
in Thor, yeah. But then
Well,
that
he was also in Deadpool 2. He was the redneck when
Oh.
Cable arrives, and he's like, "What year
Yeah.
is it?" The redneck. He was the redneck that's talking about toilet paper and stuff.
the
Yeah.
yeah. But see, you said that with Matt Damon, and now all I'm thinking is, yeah, and Melissa McCarthy was in that crappy Thor movie, so
I just offended you.
I would
ruined
I'd
your
rather
night.
watch Thor: The Dark World than watch Thor: Love and Thunder. How about that? You want to fight me? Let's do it.
You know what? You know what? I agree with that. As bad as Dark World is, Love and Thunder was much worse.
Love and Thunder was worse. I'd almost rather watch the Eternals
Way worse.
than Love and Thunder again. Almost. Not
yeah.
quite. Not quite. But it's pretty.
I would watch the first 15 minutes of Thor: Love and Thunder over the Eternals, but after the Guardians leave, I'm like, what? Oh my gosh, what am I doing? So.
So anyway, so now we're all geared up for season 2, and of course, all of these episodes are going to leave us on a cliffhanger. So when we do episode 2 next week, and then the week after that, it's like, hey, we're not doing Daredevil anymore. We're going to do X-Men for the next 10 weeks or whatever.
Got him.
And then we'll go back to Daredevil because we're
until I guess
finally,
Deadpool.
Yeah, until we get to July.
And we got that. But Deadpool's going to be a one and done. It's a movie.
David's gonna have such a hard time with those two.
Yeah, we went and saw the Daredevil movie.
I know.
Dang
what
it,
are we covering?
But we are. You know what? We're talking about Daredevil. I saw a good one. What does the Scarlet Witch and Daredevil have in common? Neither
both lost their vision. They both
lost their vision.
Oh. Wow.
Oh.
Like a bad joke.
That was for everybody out there. I hope you laughed because that was comedy gold.
That was pretty funny.
See, even Debbie's laughing. You know it's good. Has to be good. I don't care if it's a dad joke.
That was pretty
It's
funny.
still awesome.
Hardy har har har.
I thought it was
now
funny.
I don't know if you guys
that was
heard
funny.
this or seen this, but Iger said that they have silently canceled some movies. I don't know if that includes, well, I know it includes Marvel. I'm not sure if it includes Star Wars or not, but they've silently canceled some stuff. So the internet has been in a tizzy trying to figure out what projects have been canceled, because we had Ironheart, Armor Wars,
if Blade could be one of those.
Blade.
You had all the stuff. You had all the stuff with the Kang Dynasty and the Secret Wars, but with Jonathan Majors, is that right? With
Jonathan
him,
he was at the Oscars
Majors,
last night. He presented an award. I was kind of surprised. I was like, all right.
Really? I didn't. Oh. I guess I missed that part.
I was telling Andrew I don't watch the Oscars anymore, but
I don't either. I just watch the highlights. Ryan Gosling, and the Barbie movie for me was okay. I wasn't a hoopla for me as it was for
too long.
Huh?
It was. I enjoyed it, but it was too long. It was a lot of parts that were
I'm getting
really
sick of
out.
Long movies. This weekend I watched
Dude.
No, that was last weekend. I watched Poor Things, which I did not like. Emma did a fantastic job. I just did not like the movie, and it just went for way too long. Then I watched Killer of the Flower Moons. Excellent movie, but
gosh.
it was over 3 hours, so I was just like, "Oh my god."
It was like almost 4. It's like 3:40, something like that.
I mean, there's a
Holy
lot of stuff I
smokes.
thought, man, you could have cut out a lot of stuff and made it still a good movie, but not so freaking long. Yeah, John
I think they
Cena.
did like
Or
what
Cena.
they did. Huh? Yeah.
Cena.
They could have done what
John
I
Cena.
think they did what they did with what they did with Napoleon, where in the theaters they released a shorter cut, and then on Apple TV they released this long 4-hour cut.
Or like
Really?
they
'Cause
did
I
with
thought it
Just like
was
Zack
long at
Snyder's
the
Justice
theaters.
League.
I thought it was long in the theaters.
It was long too, but I'm pretty sure, or they might not have, but I know that's what they did with Napoleon. So
I was
I
so
don't know.
looking forward to that movie, and then I was
Yeah.
thoroughly disappointed. I love my historical movies and TV shows.
I watched on the theater, and this has been many, many moons ago, but I watched on the theater Gettysburg. And if you've ever seen Gettysburg, it has
Denzel Washington?
no, that's Glory. Gettysburg has Martin Sheen in it, and Martin Sheen is Robert E. Lee, and the runtime on that movie is just at 5 hours.
Was it a miniseries?
No, it was
Jeez.
we went, my dad and I went
Wow.
to the movie theater at 7 p.m. for a 7 p.m. show, and we got out after midnight.
Was there intermissions?
There was an intermission, yes.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
That's what they need to
I would
do. If
hope
you're
so.
going to have a movie that's over 3 hours, have a freaking intermission. They used to do it in the old days.
Yep. Gods and Generals. I saw Gods and Generals, which is the prequel to Gettysburg. And of course, all of these are about the Civil War, but Gods and Generals was more about Stonewall Jackson. And again, same kind of thing. It was about 5 hours long. And yes, they showed it in we watched it in a theater, and yes, they had intermissions.
Intermission.
So you could get up, and this was when they used to refill the popcorn and the
Yep.
drinks. I don't think they do that anymore. Not since COVID. It's kind of sad because Schindler's List was rough too. That was a long one.
I love that movie.
Braveheart was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. We had a whole bunch of movies that were like really, really good, and they were good on the theater, but they came out and it was like two VHS tapes because the whole movie wouldn't fit on one VHS. Titanic.
I'm trying to think. Was how long was Saving Private Ryan? Because I was thinking that was a long movie too.
I don't think it was.
It wasn't
It's
that long.
2.5 hours, 220, 230. It's something like that,
okay.
I think.
That's not as long.
I mean, I went to the theaters to see Saving Private Ryan, and it didn't even feel like two movies because it was just emotional and
There was
tense and throughout the whole thing.
action, and yeah. So anyway, long movies.
You want a long movie? Watch The Irishman. That's like 3.5 hours.
No,
on
you want a long
Netflix.
movie? Go watch Gettysburg.
Yeah.
That's 5 hours. I win.
Yeah, you got me beat.
I win, and I saw it in the
You got me
theater.
beat.
Back
Yeah,
in
my bladder couldn't.
92 or whenever it came out. It's been a long time.
3-hour movies, and it kills me when it's DC or Marvel because you're waiting for the end credit scene, and my bladder's already.
It's about ready to pop.
Let's go, and I'm like, I can't. I gotta wait for the credit scene, and then once it's done, I'm like, beeline for the restroom. I hate that.
Everybody out of the way.
I'm pushing old ladies down and shoving
little
kids out of my way.
Debbie just goes completely antisocial when she has to pee. So it's good to know.
Well, I'm always antisocial, but
Oh no, it's to an extreme at that point.
Yeah. What did you think of the movie?
don't talk to me.
You wait till I get out of the toilet,
Yeah.
then we'll talk. Oh lordy, Debbie, did we miss anything? We good?
I don't think so.
We still got 2 hours left on this episode.
No, we are not.
Mm-mm.
We are not pulling an end game. I'm sorry. I will say I've been reading some of the backlog comments, and there have been a lot of people that really didn't like this season. They thought that really the whole series kind of went downhill, starting with this season.
I think I'm trying to remember because there was
It's been a minute since I've seen this.
it
one
might
too,
have been
so.
towards the end of the season because then I think it was the season where Matt kind of got religious, or I don't know. It was a lot of the church stuff, and people didn't want to see that.
Gotcha.
So I think
I don't.
I'm pretty sure. I think it was this season. I could be wrong, but I love all the Frank Castle
I really liked this season.
stuff and the Punisher. I just loved all that stuff.
And see, I thought I always thought people would have been more into this season because of the Frank Castle stuff. Punisher's always been kind of one of those. I mean, if I offend you, I'm sorry. He's kind of a B-list superhero, but
He's still very, very popular.
But he's very, very popular as a B-list superhero. So, and especially when you had, I think Frank Miller did a run of him that was like huge. I know Frank did a thing on Daredevil. I almost said Deadpool. I caught myself. But I know there was a lot of, and the movies. I liked the first Punisher movie, and Punisher Warzone wasn't horrible, but it wasn't like the best thing ever.
Now there's been what, like 2 or 3 different Punishers?
We're on number 4 right now. This one's number 4.
Yeah, I mean, I've always liked John Brethenall as Punisher, and then my oldest son. This was a few years. Well, this is back when this was actually on Netflix. But my oldest son informed me. He goes, "Oh, well, yeah, he's a good Punisher, but you should see this guy." I forget his name. I think he had blonde hair.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. It's an old movie, isn't it? Like late 80s, early 90s.
Something Jane.
Oh, Thomas Jane. Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's not the one I'm thinking of. There's an older one. There's an older Punisher movie. And if you can find it, go watch it because it is horrible. And it's
good to know. Can't wait.
But do you know who played the Punisher? Dolph Lundgren. Dolph Lundgren played the Punisher. Yes, that's right. The guy from Rocky 4 played the Punisher.
Was this before or after Rocky?
He dies.
Yeah, it was after Rocky 4. I think it was after Rocky 4. Yeah.
Okay.
Because he was, I want to say it was like early 90s because I think it came out around the same time as Cool as Ice with Vanilla Ice. So, which was again another just shockingly horrible treat for the eyes.
Nice.
Whatever.
And my watch list just keeps getting longer and longer.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, while you're watching things, go watch the 1992 Captain America with Matt Salinger. Because that one was pretty bad.
I've seen clips, and I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, it's not great. No. All right. The Red Skull is instead of the Red Skull's like he turns into a not Irish, Italian mafia kingpin. Yeah, it's and he has plastic surgery to fix his face. So there you go.
Ooh, I'm intrigued.
No, it was awful. Don't watch it. It's horrible. But it had Ronnie Cox and Ned Beatty in it. So there's that.
Now of course, I grew up on this show, but the TV show The Hulk with
Yes.
Bill Bixby. Love it. Love it, love it, love it.
And
Great
Lou
show.
Ferrigno. Oh,
Well,
and
I always had a crush on Bill from Courtship of Eddie's Father. So, and there was another one. Oh, My Favorite Martian.
There was also a Fantastic Four movie that was made but never released.
Oh yeah.
With the only person I can remember that was in it was Jay Underwood played Johnny Storm, and it was again it was made. It was never released. They released a bunch of promo stuff for it, so there's like posters and stuff out there for it. Again, like early '90s, and I think you can watch it on.
I want to say
you can even watch it on YouTube, I believe, but it is horrible. I mean, this one made that one that they made after the had the one with
the 2015.
The 2015 one. This one made this one look like an
gosh.
Oscar-worthy picture. I mean, that's how this one made Morbius look like it should have won every Oscar at the.
This made a holiday special.
Yeah,
look.
The holiday special looked like a $3 million, $15 million
production.
Yes. Instead of, well, we got $15. What can we do? Build everything out of cardboard and see what happens.
Oh,
yeah, it was bad.
We used to watch back then.
I'm telling you. You watch some movies now, and it's like
when you watch movies as a kid, and you watch like when I look back at movies I watched as a kid that I thought were great, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I watched this. This is crap.
I love the Mario Brothers movie.
Goodness,
the one with Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo and Dennis Hopper. Watch it now, and it's like, oh, ow,
cringy.
Oh, my eyes! They're killing. Ow, my eyes! Stop that! What are you doing? Debbie likes Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Just because it has Harrison Ford in it.
It's all right. I mean, it's not my favorite.
That's not old.
It's at the bottom of my list, probably. And any
really, I'd have that above Dial.
What? You are smoking something, sir. No. Bad, Andrew. Bad. What? Dial of Destiny was a good Indiana.
Retiring.
Yep, there you go.
See, he gets embarrassed and he goes off camera. It's okay. It's all right.
No, I didn't say it was much better. It wasn't much better than Dial of Destiny, but those movies are both meh to me. So
you're crazy.
Yeah, I mean, Raiders and Crusade is my number one, and then Raiders. Those are my top two. And I'm never very thrilled when Harrison plays a bad guy. I tend not to like those movies very much, except for What Lies Beneath. I have come to really like that movie. But then I hate it at the same time because he plays a bad guy. So
what
it is a good movie.
What did he play a bad guy in? I'm trying to think. You got me thinking.
Mosquito Coast. He was a real asshole.
Yeah.
Presumed Innocent. he played in well, if you haven't seen it, I ain't gonna say, but yeah, he's not a good person. Let's just put it that way.
Did you see? Okay, so I saw a movie that he was in. I didn't see the movie. I just saw like an ad for it or something. And now I kind of want to watch it. The Age of
Adeline.
Yeah. Was that any good?
Adeline. Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. It has the guy who does Harrison's voice very well. He plays a young Harrison. I mean, he does the voice very well. I just don't.
They used him for Dial of Destiny. Pretty sure he was the guy they used for Dial of Destiny. Pretty sure he was the guy that they used in Dial of Destiny for the CGI. Yeah.
No, that's all Harrison.
No,
it's all Harrison. Harrison has said it's all Harrison. No, they didn't. No. Yeah. I forget that guy's name, but people were really pissed off when he wasn't cast for Han in the movie Solo, and I'm like, the guy can't act. Yeah, he sounds exactly like
sounds like Harrison. He just can't act.
Yeah,
I don't just lay out of my paper bag.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Yeah. But
I'm curious about it. I was reading some stuff on it, and I know it's one of those girly romance movies, Notebook type movies, but the premise kind of has me interested.
I thought it was a good movie. I watch it every so often. Not very often, but every so often.
Weekly.
I only watch it on Sunday afternoon, so every so often.
Right now, I'm watching Masters of the Air. It's a World War II miniseries on Apple TV. It's pretty good so far.
Oh, Masters of the Universe. That was another good one. That one was horrible too. Again, Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah, I was going to say, wasn't Dolph in that one?
And in fact, Courtney Cox was in that one too. Very young Courtney Cox was in that movie. So yeah, she was the female, the lead female from Earth. So she was one of the teenagers from Earth that was when they came to Earth. Yeah, Courtney Cox. There you go.
Interesting.
Masters of the Universe. Horrible, horrible, horrible. So that being said, with the list of all of the worst movies ever made, Debbie, what have we got for shameless plugs this week?
Tomorrow night, the Sith Dominion is back.
Finally.
With the last tenets of the Sith Code. And then Wednesday, we should have a new episode of War of the Stars dropping. I think it usually drops in the afternoon sometime. Thursday, we are back with Cantina Happy Hour, episode 6 of the Bad Bat. Oh, no, 6 and 7. It's
6
a double
and 7.
episode.
It's a double episode this week, yeah.
I'm predicting Bounty Hunters.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get up extra early.
Cad Bane and Fennec Shand.
Asajj.
I wouldn't even mind a young Boba Fett, to be honest with you. But
oh yeah, that's true. Asajj.
Or a younger.
That was
Boba
a theory. Was that Boba would show up? Yeah.
Baby Boba.
Baby Boba.
And then let's see, that's 30. And then Saturday
a baby Bob.
Saturday we have the Geek Gauntlet, which covers everything.
And
they're going to cover the last 10 minutes of this episode where we talked about the worst movies ever made.
There you go.
See if they agree.
Debbie, when is your liaison with young Mr. Christensen?
Mr. Hayden. That's March 23rd, which is a Saturday at Indiana Comic Con. So we have We bought
Ooh.
tickets to get an autograph, tickets for a picture, and we've added tickets for the panel with him and Rosario.
Nice.
Live action Ahsoka. If you
During
didn't
that
know.
picture, you're gonna be hugging him, and they're gonna say, "Debbie, let go. Debbie, let go." Like, no,
No.
I'm paying for this picture.
Leave me alone.
Yeah.
See, we got oh god, now I can't even think of her name. We didn't get Rosario, we got
Ashley.
we always
Ashley.
get Ashley. No,
Oh, okay.
Well,
I'll think of her name in a minute here.
la-di-da.
Good for you.
God, no,
Hera.
no.
Should I just? Is it Star Wars?
Yes, it
Bigger
is.
than a bread
Yeah.
box.
I keep wanting to say Gwendolyn Christie, but it's
Sabine?
not Gwendolyn Christie.
Daisy.
Almost Sabine, not quite.
Almost. They're gonna be almost a character.
What the hell?
Oh, I see what you mean. Like, you almost got her. Yeah.
No, here we go.
Emily. Swallow. The armorer.
No, we've had her before, but no.
Bo-Katan.
Bo-Katan. I'm trying to remember her name.
Oh, Katie Sackhoff.
Katie Sackhoff. Katie, I'm sorry. I could not remember your name. Yes. We had Katie
I'm sitting
Sackhoff.
here trying to go through all the female names.
Yes, it was a female.
Yeah.
Katie Sackhoff. She's awesome. She's
My
great.
Lord. That hurt my brain.
I know. I was starting to run out of names. I
and
know.
it
I
don't
was running
take
out of
much
names.
to
I
hurt
was
my
like,
brain.
I'm sorry.
Now it's fried. I won't be able to go to work tomorrow. I'll have to call off.
Darn.
Debbie's gonna watch The Age of Adeline.
Yeah, gotta go home and watch Age of Adeline now.
No, I'm watching
Yeah,
Masters
yeah.
of the Air.
Oh, that's right. Andrew, what have you got any shameless plugs now that we've completely gone off the rails?
I mean, to be honest, not much to add other than Cantina Happy Hour at the moment that I can think of. So
Nothing with Red 5
Yeah.
Network, book club, or anything.
nothing I can't think of. I'm sure coming up soon. We'll do the book review for The Last Command, but as of right now, we meet Sundays in the Discord server, but that's about it. So yeah. Still
Very
going
cool.
on. We got The Martian as our next book. So I'm excited for that.
That was a good movie.
And then The Living Force. The Living Force. Not the Long or Lost Force. The Living Force. This April. Living. Not long lost or whatever I said.
Yeah,
I don't even
you
remember
got
what
the
you said.
book name right. I don't know, but it was not that.
It wasn't right. We know that.
Let me see. Yeah.
Because we're all sitting here trying to
Yep.
look it up and we can't
Yep,
find
Living
it
Force.
anywhere.
It's not on Amazon. I don't see. You sure it's
When
coming
David said that, I was like, oh crap.
out? Yeah,
So Living Force.
That's
Living.
okay. I screw up all the
Tattooed in
time.
my brain.
that's okay. I call Daredevil Deadpool. So
This is true.
Those are the next two books. So
very cool. Awesome. Well, folks, that's going to be it for us tonight. I don't have anything special. I'm not yet, anyways. We got Fan Expo coming up in June, which I need to look into. But other than that, I don't have anything special happening. Y'all all have a great week. We will see you next week. Don't forget to like and subscribe and mash that bell for notifications so you know when we go live like this. All our YouTube channel. Check us out on all the socials. Geek News Now. Make sure you say Geek News Now, not GNN. We will see you all next week. Y'all have a great week. Bye.